In this video we will create an input field with floating label. I have already created a Next.js project with Typescript. Inside it I'll install a npm package that is styled components. After it is installed, we'll install its types in dev dependencies. Open the project in your text editor. I'm using VS Code. In Next config file add, compiler styled components true. In the root of the folder add a new folder components. Inside it create a folder input field, here add a new file index.tsx. I'll define types for my props in a separate file. In the root create a folder types and inside it create a new file props types.ts. Here create an interface input field props. It will have label of type string and type which is optional and a string. You can add any other prop if you like, but I'll only have these two. Here remove this and destruct label and type. And give them the type of input field props. Make sure to import it. Now we'll add the input field component in the index file so that we can see it in our browser. As label is required, we'll pass it. It is now visible here and now we need to style it. In the input field folder add input field elements file. Import styled. Create a container div. I'll style them in a while so that you can see effective changes side by side, so let's first add all the other components. Export const input, which is a styled input. And finally label, which is a styled span. Now let's add them in the input index file. Remove this and use container. Inside which add an input. And below the input add a label. Make sure to import all of these. We'll use the label coming in props here. And pass type to input. Now I'll open my editor and browser side by side and add the styles and input field elements file. To the container give position relative, we'll add some other styles as well, but first style our input field. Width, 100%. Padding, 1 rem and 1.2 rem. Give a border of 1 pixel solid. Border radius, 4 pixels. Font size, 1 rem. Outline color, transparent. Now I'll add some style to the label. Position, absolute. Left, 0. Padding left, 1 rem. Font size, 1 rem. Give some text color. Pointer events, none. Transition, 0.6 seconds. You can see there is no spacing here, so I'll add display flex to container. And justify content, center. Align items, center. I'll add some padding in global CSS temporarily to show how the field looks. This is how the input looks. Now we need to add styles if input is focused. For that we'll use the focus selector. Increase border width and change its color. So if I focus the input field, you can see the change in border. I'll also slightly increase the padding here. Now in the input field we'll add if it is focused, then select the immediate sibling, which in this case is label, and that is a span. Give a different color. Transform, translate X, 10 pixels. Translate Y, minus 25 pixels. This is how it looks. Let's decrease font size and increase font weight. Give some horizontal padding. Now if we give some background color. This is how it will look. I'm increasing the X position to 20 pixels. If I type something and remove the focus, the span will come down. To fix this, we'll add another selector here that is not placeholder shown. But if we remove the text label remain at the top, so what we need to do is add placeholder in our input component. When input is not focused, we need to change the color of the label. This is how it looks now. I'll quickly add a form component and show you how input looks inside it. Inside components, create a new folder form. Here create index.tsx. And formelements.ts. Import styled. Create form container which is styled form. Display, flex. Flex direction, column. Justify content, space evenly. Transition, all 0.5 seconds. Width, 30%. Height, 70%. You can set height width depending on the number of fields in your form. Give some box shadow. Border radius, 3 pixels. Padding, 0, 2 rem. Now create form title. Text align, center. Color, black with alpha 0.5. Font size, 1 rem. Padding, 1 rem. In prop types file we'll add types for form. For this video I'll just add children of type React node. Remove this and destruct children here. Make sure to import form props. Add form container. Inside it add form title, you can take it in props but I'll just add login here. Then add children here. In pages index file add the form. Move the input field inside it. Add another field for password. And then add a button. I have already created this component. Then give some styles to the parent of form, in this case it is main, so I'll just add some styles in global CSS file. Display, flex. Justify content, center. Align items, center. Padding, 1 rem. Height, 100 vh. You can create separate styled component instead of adding styles in main. This is how it looks. Now we need to make this form responsive. Open form elements. Inside form container add some media queries. Now the form is responsive. With this, our input field with floating label is complete. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. And subscribe my channel to support it. Hit the bell icon to get notified when new video is posted. Leave a comment if you have any questions. Answer to quiz number 5 posted on my Instagram is option B.